Hi, my name is Nate Blank, and I'm here with my dad, Brad Blank. It's February 15th, 2000. February. Hi, my name is Nate Blank, and I'm here with my dad, Brad Blank, on December 15th, 2017. And we're here to just talk a little bit about life and what it's going to be like after he retires after this year. So tell me a little about my childhood and what it was like parenting me.
That's a good question. Nate, you're the oldest of two, so Eric's a couple years younger than you. But Nate, you were a lot like me, being very active, love the outdoors, love to do sports. You also, in your case, as I look back at it, school was a fun social time for you. You enjoyed learning, but not quite passionate about the educational piece. It was more about the social and moving on through that. Parenting you was really easy. Melissa's my wife. It's really easy with you. Had a few bumps along the road, but we kept you on the straight and narrow and helped get through some challenges. But I'm very proud of you. You've done great things for yourself.
Thank you. And so you were kind of here when Kennard was starting. I think you were actually the first teacher hired at Kennard. And so what was it like starting Kennard, and what were some of the challenges or victories that came with it?
That's interesting. There's a lot of history with this. And as I mentioned before, I'm kind of an outgoing person, a risk taker. And so I went to a meeting before Kennard was Kennard. It was going to be this Core Knowledge Middle School, Core Knowledge Junior High at the time. A program. Most people in the district thought it would just be a program. We had no idea how many kids were going to be there. Went to a meeting that I got to listen to. It's a whole room of parents at Preston Middle School, and I got to listen to this guy that had been hired as the principal. His name's Joe Kademi, and he was so excited and so passionate about his vision. And I don't even know exactly what he said at that night, but I said, I want to work for this guy. We surprised a lot of people. I think there were people in the district and the community that said, oh, this would be a program housed in one wing of a building somewhere and never really get off the ground. Well, 2 years after it, we spent our first 2 years at Forest Fossil Ridge High School in the North Wing, and then we constructed this building. And I still remember you and Eric, when we had the dedication, we brought you over here. I have a picture of the two of you sitting in the window box frame outside the tech room with a picture smiling where now all of our Lego robotics and all those trophies are. And you were pretty excited about that and excited about what Dad was a part of.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too, because I remember it being at Fossil Ridge and coming to school with you and running around Fossil Ridge, and then coming here when you'd have to do work. And I think Eric and I were maybe in 2nd and 4th grade at the time, and we would run around with the dog in here like crazy, and it was fun.
It was fun, and that's one of the cool things about being a father and a teacher. I remember when the time came when your neighborhood school and most of your friends from Warner Elementary were going to go to Preston. We gave you the complete choice and said, where would you like to go? And you smiled and without hesitation said, I'm going to Kennard. I want to be with you. And that made me feel really good. Another thing that was really special about that too is that when the time came for you to be in a science class at the grade level that I was teaching, we gave you the option. You said, no, I want you. And talking about being proud and feeling good about the decision. That was great.
And I think this is kind of a funny memory, is just walking into his classroom every day. Be like, hey, Mr. Blank, hey, Mr. Blank, hey, Mr. Blank, hey, Dad, hey, Mr. Blank, hey, Mr. Blank. And I was just like, at first, a lot of the kids didn't really know that I was his son. And so it was funny to watch the facial reactions and hear the feedback that I got from that. Like, oh, he must give you an A just because you was down. No, he actually cut me from golf in 7th grade.
That was a tough one, but it was fair. It was the right thing to do.
It made sense. And I mean, at the time, I was like, what the heck are you doing? But looking back, it makes sense, and it's something that it just speaks to him. He's not going to treat his kids any more than, in the school aspect, treat his kids any more than he would any other student.
I had forgotten about that, and that was a hard one. And I think, if I remember right, we had a conversation the night before that I announced the team. So it
Yeah.
wasn't a complete shock to you. And then you were very mature about kind of going about your day for the day. And then, but what was cool about that is that, and this is something I'm proud of you, with that you were resilient. You didn't make the team in 7th grade. You played a lot, got better. And if I remember right, in 8th grade, you definitely made the team and you were one of the top 5 that represented us at the city district championship.
Yeah. If there was one moment in your life that defines you, what would it be?
And that's a harder question, but defines me? It would be the end of the first day of my teaching career, when I said, I'm going to go in and I'm work with middle school. Kind of a backstory with that is coming out with my engineering background, I thought, I'll teach high school. I knew I was going to transition into teaching. I'll teach high school physics and math and college-bound kids. And I was able to student teach there and at Preston Middle School and inner city school and a rural setting. And I think I surprised your mom a lot when I came home and said, I think I'm going to teach middle school. Mm-hmm. And she kind of rolled her eyes like, really? Middle school? And I said, that's where we can capture them. That's where we can be a father to them. That's where we can support them through their struggles in life. And that's where we can inspire them to want to take the classes in high school. That first year, 150 kids, and then multiply 180 times 20 years. It's a lot of people have either hopefully touched in a very positive way and inspired and mentored through their life. I think no matter if you're an elementary, kindergarten teacher or a college professor, it's about building a relationship with the learner, letting them know that you're human, understanding their humanity, understanding what makes them tick, and making that connection. And if you can spend the energies there, the learning in the classroom, be it English or history or science or math or PE, follows.
Right.
I think I've shared that with you, and when people ask me that question, I said it's all about the people.
Yep. What do you want to be when you grow up?
A kid. I will be a kid for life.
Yeah.
And I hear it from a lot of people, a lot of different realms, but you're the biggest kid in the room, Brad. And I am. Yeah. And I enjoy that. So
I agree.
Growing up I don't think there's such a thing as up. It's about being a kid and being a lifelong learner.
Yeah. So as you transition out of Kennard, what are your hopes for the staff and the students?
I want Kennard to carry on. We've made some transitions at Kennard. I'm just one little piece of this puzzle. And as Joe Kadima used to say, we're all on a bus. We all have different seats on the bus. And every once in a while, somebody exits the bus and somebody new comes on that bus. But that bus is heading in the right direction, and that's what's best for kids. Mm-hmm. And so I hope for the staff and the community to always see that Kennard does things what's best for kids, sets the bar high, embarks upon healthy goals of dialogue, takes on the challenging tasks, don't avoid the issues, stay in the problem-solving mode. And if we conduct ourselves, and I'll always put my name in we as a part of Kennard, if we conduct ourselves in that way, good outcomes happen. And if we stay on that healthy side of life and how we treat each other as a staff and an adult community, it pay off for the kids.
Right. Similar to that question, what do you want your legacy to be after you've retired?
I don't really like the word legacy, but I want to be remembered as somebody that did what it took to look at the finest little details to the biggest picture kind of scenarios and helped facilitate what was best for kids. I think one of the skills that I was gifted with is facilitating people and identifying where we need to go and then helping people have that conversation to get to that point.
Yeah, cool. So I'm going to go back to most influential person in your life, and I'm going to answer that myself as we wrap things up, just because I do think that you are the most inspirational person to me, especially how I went to school for education-related things, and so it's been really cool to learn from you in that aspect, and just watch you teach is something that I want to be that kind of person. And I don't know, I just love that you've set Eric and I into that path where it's not about the materialistic things of life. It's about what we do and how we do it and how we love the outdoors and how we act every day, and that can
You're
just
bringing a tear to my eyes, you know that.
that can be attributed to you and Mom especially, just because you have set us up for success in ways that go way beyond just being a successful business person or teacher or educator or medical staff. I think that's really cool.
I love you, man. Thank you.
Love you too.